Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today I've got a 3 versus 3 on Near Rear In. Playing on Team 1 as the Tyranids, we've got Cryptic, we've got Vrax as the Dark Eldar, and we've got Ryu as the Dark Angels. The opposing team, we've got FBE Eri 7889 as the Imperial Fists, we've got Nox as the Demon Hunters, and we have Dancing Spoon 01 as the Demon Hunters as well. Quite a huge map, this. Considering that 4 players out of 6 have got this huge mountainous structure impeding their way to bash the other people straight in the face. The only people that have got direct access to the opposing people are the guys in the middle. We've got this very long stretch of gubbins in the middle, very long road to roll down. So, I mean, I imagine that the southern team, considering you've got your Tyranids with your tunnelling people, you've got your Dark Angels with your people on the motorcycles, and you've got your Dark Angels with your... Sorry, no, hold on. You're the Dark Angels. You are the Dark Eldar. Dark Eldar with their scourges, their jet bikes, all that stuff. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these guys go about it. I do believe that Nox has gone for his Grey Knights opening, and Dancing Spoon, what have you gone for? Have you... Oh, you're also going to go for Grey Knights. So no Inquisition, just pure, unbridled Grey Knights. Going to see some Raveners and a couple of Lictors, as well as a Brood Lord. I mean, Raveners sound like a good idea, and they probably are, considering that they can tunnel around through all these mountains, but got to bear in mind that they do not have a hive mind thing on their own. They do need to be within synapse of other people. And without that synapse, they do not regain their morale once it's broken. So got to keep that in mind. Got to be really careful with your hit and run. Got Brotherhood Champion. Reading will never be easy for me. But he's going to come over, have a quick sniff at this critical location. Critical location and victory point stuff, they're not on. It's a fight to the death. See who comes out on top. Now, the Northern team might not be the most mobile. They do have lots of options for defense. I mean, and even if the Demon Hunters don't have that many defensive structures, these Grey Knights do pack quite the wallop, especially with the amount of health that they have. Got some warriors over here, going to have a warrior Cyberite. Scout Marines over here, going to go for their sniper rifles. But that's unfortunate. The guy who was given the sniper rifle was instantly killed, and this dude is also deaded as well. And now I've got the pride... but we'll come back to that flag later. We'll see that flag risen in the middle as the warrior squad flees in terror from the sheer amount of Grey Knights that are coming his way. But soon we'll be accosted by even more Purgators. But yeah, not sure what your plan is here, Vrax. Oh, I see. Lull them into a false sense of security. Raveners appearing from the floor, ready to munch down anyone and everyone. But in a straight-up fight, not sure the Raveners are going to deal with all these guys, especially when these flamers come online. Morale has been broken. Not sure if they've got any more tunneling juice. Ah, there we go. Oh no, never mind. They attempted to tunnel, but then were stricken down where they stood. Got some Gene Stealers over here. Or Green Stealers, as we can call them, considering of their colour. I found these Space Marines. We'll start to try and slice them open with their bare hands. The 2 Gene Stealers versus 4 Space Marines will get quite literally beaten with their bare hands. Giving that guy a bit of a hand job by the looks of things there. Definitely heretical. Goes against the... Oh, what's it? The Codex Astartes. Never give a Ravener or a Gene Stealer a hand job. Warrior squad. I mean, haven't learned from his mistakes. There we go, run away. If one warrior squad is going to make a difference. I mean, they've got one grenade off. Well done. But not doing all that much in the grand scheme of things. Got some infiltrated mandrakes. And currently no infiltration detection on these guys at the moment. Oh no, never mind. The Brotherhood Champion can see them. I've got some supporting sniper fire, which should break their morale quite nicely, but they have got quite a lot of morale to deal with. Over on this side, we've got the Lictors moving forward, a Broodlord as well, although the Lictors, they don't provide synapse, but they don't require morale neither. Snipers won't be able to really take much on the chin from these guys. Very low health. Yeah, quite a sizable amount of Grey Knights in the southern base at the moment. Got an Archon in there with a couple of Incubi at his beck and call. Cloister barracks on the way, and some grenades in tow. Will the Tech Marine be able to build it up in time? As the Archon goes about these guys, trying to tie this up in close combat. Got a lot of Mandrakes in there, though. And it does look like they've got their... Have you got any Poison Blades? Looks like it. Damage over time. Got a Lictor coming in for moral support. Going to give these guys the licking and the dicking. Torture amp down here to slow people down. As well as a homunculus offering his assistance in whatever wicked way he can. Torch Slave coming down. What are you doing, young man? You just coming down to say hi? Pet the Tyranid. Double Warriors now. No upgrades on them at the moment. They need their Dark Foundry for that. But some Dark Matter doofers, or what was the other weapon called? Shredder Rifle. They might have been quite useful in this engagement. But the Grey Knight's still going. A couple of low health models here and there. A couple of low model units as well. This Type Marine just taking it on the chin. He's not dying anytime soon. But probably won't be able to get that plasma gun turret upgraded in time. Broodlord now sauntering in like he owns the place. Throwing a little poison on that before falling back. Thrax uses his low morale Dark Eldar ability. And the Spore Mines are being thrown in as well. Dark Eldar on this side. The constant ring around the roses. Trying to keep away from the interceptor squads. And they've just got no chill. They don't respect your personal space. They're going to continue at it all day long. Company Master for Ryu? Rouge? Sounds like quite a French name. Or Italian, I'm not sure. European. That's what I'll call it. Lots of slow models here now. Now is the time to get that killing field on the rise. Torch Ramp being used to really good effect here. You don't normally see a Torch Ramp making it much of a difference in a game, but there you go. And now the plasma guns on this turret are firing to full effect. Probably time to go home. You've done a good job. You've managed to keep these guys away from conquering the rest of this side of the map, and, I mean, haven't really done much capping yourself, to be honest. Have you caught any of these bits? No. So you've had their entire army on the south side here, unable to press forward and not quite capitalising economically. At least I think so anyway, hold on. We've got 64 and 0, 68 and 10, 80 and 30 compared to 73 and 20, 98 and 40, and 80 and 40. So a little bit of a economic advantage on the northern side. But nothing too incredibly amazing. Got the Grey Knights Purgators. Artifact, oh sorry, not Artifact, an Architect. Bringing down the Imperial icon for a listing post. Space Marines chilling out around this critical location. Everything goes a little bit quiet. But one really big thing for the southern team is that they can kind of chill. They can kind of relax. Because they know full well, but can I just say as well, beautiful reclamation pool placements, really tasty. This is where the Tyranids get all their blue money from. And yeah, I mean, they could just chill and just continuously build more hive spires, conquer most of the map, increasing their economy, never ending. Whereas these guys have got a bit of a limit, a bit of a cap on how much that they can really squeeze out of the land economically wise. So these guys can't sit back for too long. They need to be just as aggressive as the southern team can be. Got a Lictor in here. Having a Lictor, giving him a kicker. And no one's able to see him. Need to get a floating scully thing, a servitor. Server skull, sorry, even. Pardon my inaccurate lore representation there. Got the Dark Eldar moving forward over onto this side. Archon with his big rifle. Homunculi. Ready to play that tortured amp. Get some Cradle of Filth on there. They do amazing damage against buildings, but they've got the numbers. This Lictor kind of just been... They know he's there. They know he's there, but they can't do anything against him. Also got Hive Tyrant. Going to upgrade himself with a Devourer. And now all his hands are basically sponges. Able to fire away. Because now he's got no close combat attack. No one's able to really tie him up. This Lich having a field day, and a Broodlord as well coming in. Raveners spawning from the ground. More Lichs, in fact. Look, hold on, let me go from a Tyranid perspective so I can actually see him. That's a lot. Vin Diesel has been stricken down. Surprising that something so tall, such long appendages, can be unseen. So these guys are going to be chased back all the way back home, I assume. Dark Eldar, Archon being able to get a stun on these Grey Knight people. Torch Ramp is going to slow them down. While it's playing Saint Anger. Warrior squads taking down numbers. And Homunculite much prefers to be out range, but he's going to get in there just for something. Ah, there we go. Stormhawk Interceptor, wonderful aircraft unit for the Demon Hunters. Get a couple of these bad boys together and they can basically rip through infantry and heavy infantry as well as commanders. You can also upgrade them with some Las Talons to give them that bit of an anti-vehicle edge. But even without the Las Talons, they're still quite decent against vehicles. So yeah, these guys are basically dead. There's no way for them to retreat. And those guys can also fly over these mountainous ridges, so nice. Very good. Do a lot of Dark Angels. Space Marine on Space Marine action. Still being supported by the Sniper Rifle Scouts. These guys fall down without much trouble. What have you got in your ranks at the moment? You've got a Flamer and a Heavy Bowler and a Plasma Gun. Because why not get one of each? That's what I always say. Playing a game of Pokemon is collecting them all. And there we go, the mighty Pride Flag. Dancing Spoon and... well, in fact, the whole Northern team, very proud advocates of the LGBT community, it has to be said. I'm sure that Demon Hunters and the Imperial Fists know a thing or two about that. Got some Hellfest kind of effects, the ranged variants coming out. Nothing too drastic at the moment. Got a big, sizable force over here for the Northern team. Sizable force for the Southern team on the other side of this little ridge. Across this, what I assume is Necrontyr rubble. We do have a little bit of a vanguard force for the Imperial Fists. Question is, it looks like they're all going to move past each other, but when one sees the other, are they going to decide to just go back home instead? Gonna have one Lictor coming in, still no vision. Still can't see him, even with a Chaplain there. So these Lictors are just free to bash everything. Broodlord there. Taking a fair bit of damage in front of him. Got some more critical locations being denied. Could be a little bit more aggressive. You don't need to have all your army stuck around here. You can at least make these Stormhawk Interceptors go into the base and do some damage. We do have a Ghost Tower of Anguish, soon to be upgraded with Dark Lances. Raveners jumping in the centre of these Devastators. Devastator's gone for the Heavy Bolter and Multi-Melter. And Lictor's MVP so far, yet to be seen, yet to even be smelt. But the Stormhawks come over on this side. Not much in the way of range stuff. I mean, they've got some Death Spitters. Nothing specifically designed for killing aircraft. Well, mind you, Hive Tyrant and kind of Hellfex will cause them pause for concern here. Warriors there. They're going down. They're going down quite quickly. Now, one thing I completely forgot to mention was that, as we all know, one major problem that a lot of factions have against Tyranids is that they've got demon armor. But when you're playing as the Demon Hunters, well, you're just laughing, aren't you? Lots of options for killing demon armored units. Especially as the game goes on. We're doing some Exorcist Sisters. Or Exorcisters, if you pardon the abbreviation. Oh god, look at that. Plasma boom right there. Don't want to clump your infantry up too tightly. Got some racks for Vrax here. As well as a couple of Scourges. The Dark Eldar really feeling the heat. Bringing down the negative morale ability. And the Exorcist Sisters using some sort of orange lightning. Probably downed a pint of iron brew before going into battle. Scouts over here being flanked by Grey Knight Pegasus. A Rhino transport coming in. At least a little bit of vehicular armour to soak up some damage. Got the Archon coming out from the Hall of Blood, but will they have enough staying power to survive? Scourges over here not being focus fired. An opening fire on these Grey Knights. Taking out a few of their number, but now they're being focus fired, and there we go. Whittled down like paper mache on a rainy day. But it does seem like the Dark Eldar are holding on somehow. These guys are kind of focusing on their production abilities. You want to smash up these plasma generators. In all honesty, at the very least, the Towers of Loathing. But a couple of Carnifexes on the way here. Slowly lumbering over. Archon also been spawned. Instantly going to go for his best friends. Torture Slave. In fact, 2 Torture Slaves collecting all the souls from the damned and dying. And the Stormhawk Interceptors adding a little extra wallop to these Grey Knights' punch. But they've kind of put themselves in a bit of a bind here. There's nowhere for them to run now. They're either in it to win it, or they're going to sacrifice their lives to the Imperium. Which I suppose is exactly how they want it. Spawn Mine's been thrown in. Warriors with their Devourers. Also, Carnifex not really getting involved in close combat. He's happy with his Barbed Strangler. Stormhawk Interceptors making some really quick work on these warriors. But outmanned and outgunned now. No infantry for support. Will be taken down. A little bit overextension there. Could have brought those Stormhawk lads out a little bit earlier. Got triple Lictors. A veritable boy band here. Just kind of chilling out. Maybe want to do something with them. There we go. On their own little journey. So, I mean, apparently the Imperial Fists won't get any servo skulls, so you could actually have won by now. You could have just gone in there and bashed everything. And he would have been completely powerless to stop you. But has got his heavy armor fortification. Potential for some big vehicles there. No, they've gone for the wrong target. One target with vision, that's not where they want to be. Lictors, I'm not sure if these guys have been upgraded at all, but very low armor, very low health. Got 2 Mortis Dreadnoughts here. One with the long guns, one with the short guns. It's not a game of size. One's an assault cannon, one is an auto cannon. It's all about how you use it. Got a... Well, you are a Trigon Warrant. While everything's calm, let's look at the economies. 95, 96 and 49, 117 and 39, compared to 66 and 23, 150 and 79, and 120 and 59. So big blue money disparities. Let's look at it from the Dark Eldar perspective for a bit. But yeah, big blue money disparities from the northern side. Got a lot of economy to play with. Might want to decap these critical locations, as there will be... Oh, hold on, let me look at it from these guys. Yeah, they can kind of see this army coming in. They know it miles in advance. I mean, these Imperial Fists won't move, as is their right. They have picked their defensive line. And you've got to give them the respect for it. Got to absolutely give them the respect for it. Got some infiltrated scouts in here. And a bunch of Tyranids coming over onto this side as well. Oh, that, we've also got some warriors. And what are you? You are an infiltrate broodlord. So a couple of upgrades there. Ready to move over here. I imagine while this assault is going on, those Tyranid warriors are going to sneak in from the flanks, destroying economies as they go. Rhino transport being on the front line is going to take that charge from the Grey Knights Purifiers. They've gone for 5 Purifying Swords. Increases their damage by quite a considerable amount. Yeah, this is a flanking maneuver if ever I've seen one. Grey Knight Terminators. And they're not very slow. They are quite speedy for what they are. Just explosions, smites. All being concentrated in one small area as well, so the smites do extra good stuff. Mortis engine, Mortis Dreadnought goes down. Another one as well. What is a mortis engine? That's off a thing. Is it off Warhammer? Mortis engine, is that? Oh, Warhammer Fantasy Total War. The undead chariot resurrecting thing. I remember. At least I think I remember. Yeah, Razorback, you're not going to do any good, Sunshine. You need to pull back. In fact, the whole army needs to pull back to more defensive places. Going to get that critical location. And the Tyranids are swarming over here. Got a lot of warriors now. We need to move a little bit quicker. Got this devastated Centurion squad. On their own at the moment. Could do with moving a bit forward. After all, I mean, this place is still kind of under the watchful gaze of the Imperial fists. These guys are going to peace out. Still got the Carnifexes chilling out here. Bearing in mind these kinds of games, not everyone is one of those people that play every single day, every single minute. We're not here for the sweat. We're not here for the high 500 APM. We're just here for a good time, aren't we? Chappie going to see the Spore Chimney and going to say cheerio to it with a couple of strikes of his mighty Crozius. A couple of Spore Mines coming in. Won't do all that much though. Tend to see Spore Mines being used in tandem with other units. After all, they won't kill anything on their own. But, well, never mind then. Bring old One Eye in. Incredible health pool, wonderful health regeneration as well. Also got an ability that can supercharge it. Vrax on a continuous quest for more requisition. And what are you? You are a Razor Wing Jet Fighter coming from the flanks. Now this guy will surely be able to make the talons of the demon hunters think twice. This guy is quite a strong contender against any buildings, vehicles and aircraft if the scorecard is correct. But you never know. You never know. But the Imperial Fists are in full-blown retreat here. Old One Eye, not feeling all that worried. Can always get his health back anytime he wants, more or less. But these Raveners, maybe a little bit of overextending there. They've lost the morale. As long as they keep these guys awake, considering that they've got all the Tyranid warriors over yonder, now decapping that relic, it'll be really annoying. As they're going to go for their heavy siege deployment, tier 4. So you'd kind of really wish that you'd keep that relic so you can bring out your big units later on. But no Tyranids won't let him. That's the game they're playing. Got some Skedges over on this side. Oh, Grey Knight Terminators, you've came to the wrong neighbourhoods, my friend. I mean, the Terminators are able to teleport, but the main problem here is that once they teleport, they are then stunned, more or less, or immobile for, well, however long that was, about 3 or 4 seconds. And unlike flayed ones, when they teleport in and they're stunned, they are not immortal. So, do with that information what you will, but they're going to die. Or at least, no, they're not going to die. They're going to be relatively okay for the moment. Not for much longer there, but they'll be fine. For now. Storm Talon going to go down once again. Again, carelessly being thrown away. Not great in the whole recycling department. Do have Grey Knight Terminators flashing their bits about. Old One Eye being surrounded by demonic souls. Imagine it does something to him. And the Grey Knight Terminators. I do quite like the little braziers on top of their backpacks. Very shiny, very pretty. Now the Imperial Fists are going to come in. Oh, look at that, the Lictor is seen. Quick, Imperial Fist, get him. Get him while you can. Gain revenge. As these Grey Knight Purifiers, the Knight of Flame, where are you? You had that hammer. It's really cool while running about. Look at him go. Stop, it's hammer time. It's absolutely been wiped out. I do quite like how they attempt to put a hive spire here. They could have then just like thrown down loads of recruitment buildings. But Soulstorm have been placed on top of these guys. Oh no, what are you doing? Don't cap something. The Soulstorm will just come over I do quite like how it turns around. Nice. I mean, almost getting a squad wipe here. Or at least a fair few models. And these Grey Knights aren't cheap. Aren't cheap in the grand scheme of things. Quite green money heavy for infantry. Got some Space Marines over here just chilling out. Dark Angels. Ready to do stuff. Oh, we've got some bicycles. Have you got the Walson Gromit thing on you? No, you haven't. Not yet. Well, that's sad. Oh, no, but you've got the Walson Gromit thing. Yeah, look at him go. Insert the theme song here. Amazing stuff. We've got little robes on them. How cute is that? But yeah, we've got some issues on the right wing. When don't we? Stormhawk Interceptors, a good chunk of Grey Knight Terminators as well. Can the bicycles do much in this situation? Very fragile. But can they dish out the damage as well as they die? Doesn't look like it, in all fairness. Stormhawk Interceptors are going to go down. To be fair, I imagine that the attack bike squadrons probably aren't too keen on taking on frontline troops. Oh, Nemesis Dreadnought. Oh, I've not seen you before. Let's have a quick ganders at your bits and bobs. He's got like a hammer. He's got a sword. Love the smoothness of those attacking animations. Very aesthetically pleasing. Bit of a janky fella. Walking on his tiptoes. He'll charge straight in. He won't mind. Got a good amount of firepower there. Also got a monstrous chimera when it decides to attack. Then again, the Grey Knights have also got quite the firepower themselves. Exorcist Sisters with their P silencers, or silencers, however one would pronounce that. And the amount of fire going on at the moment, it's making my frame rate sad. The Nemesis Dreadnought, or Dreadnought, sorry, is not going down at the moment. Got a Vindicator, which will do amazing stuff against the infantry, but do need to fire on that. Dice of Destruction coming out just in the nick of time. Should be able to sort out this Nemesis Dreadnought. Very little in the way of problems. There we go. Sending him flat on his backside. Stormhawk Interceptor soon to be mopped up as well, I imagine. Got some blue flamey stuff. Someone's going Super Saiyan 3? Super Saiyan 4? Or the power of true Ultra Instinct? Whatever Goku does when he goes blue. But it's just fire everywhere. Everyone's getting involved. Everyone's feeling the burn. And the Grey Knights have once again been beaten back. Got a Raven Wing Death Shroud. Oh, we haven't seen you on the channel neither before. Let's have a quick ganders at you. Alright, fair enough. Screw you then. We won't have a look at you with your infiltration stuff. We'll come back to you later. Over here, Devastators for days. Grey Knights as well. And as the game goes on, like I said, they're going to find it more difficult as these Tyranids have lots of stuff to throw at people. Trigon now out. Might be worth seeing if they can deny these critical locations, I would say. As, I mean, the bottom team have got all 4 at the moment, so any big relic units aren't available for the northern team, apart from their standard relic units. But their Titans and whatnot are not gonna go for them. Got some cyclists minding their own business, having a look at that critical location. Sorry, Rouge, that's Vrax's. He's on your team. You can't take it from him. Might be Dark Eldar. He might be Filthy Xenos, but he's your Filthy Xenos. But the Might of Pride continues to fly high. Not sure if it's Pride Month where you are. I can never remember where it is in my home country of the United Kingdom of Northern Ireland, Great Britain and Gibraltar. Now that we have a different month from the Americans, I think. Ah, quick, while he's not infiltrated. Where's my hashtag key? Have a look at him. Look at him go. Got a little friend at the front. Little friend. One hand on a driving wheel, the other hand on a plasma gun. Yeah, nice. I like that. I like that a lot. But look at this dummy fixed Storm Raven coming in. Just waddling across the skies. Huge aircraft unit. Unsure of where it's going in life, but there we go. It's found its direction. Looking for that twin-link plasma cannon and heavy multi-melter. And these attack bike squadrons, they are considered as heavy infantry. So those plasma guns will do a fair bit of damage. What's going on over on this side? Dice of Destruction. Cracking on this relic. But unable to decap it from Nox, as they don't have any decapping units. Sadly, the Chimera pack aren't quite able to carry their own flags. And, I mean, the ladies on here, you can't expect them to get off and put the flag up, can you? That would be ungentlemanly. There's one thing that the Dark Eldar are known for, are their gentlemanly behaviours. Got Storm Ravens over here. In fact, actually, we've got, it's not Storm Ravens, Storm Hawks, in fact, a whole smorgasbord of them. Going to come over and focus fire. They're going to do a lot of damage. This undefended Tyranid base. Got all the Carnifexes coming over. And Biovor's trying to throw some artillery at them, but even though it says on their unit card, effective against aircraft, I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. Going to focus on that Fortress of the Rock. Probably not where you want to go. You've got all this... Look at this veritable farm of economy that you can smash up here. It's all yours for the taking. But sadly, no. We're going to see a significant northern force coming down here. But on this side, we've also got Dice of Destruction, which is now actually under a little bit of pain from this Storm Raven. Going to resist the urge to break out into the That's So Raven theme song. Got lots of references to old properties today. I'm sure only one or two of you will get the references, but that's fine. I'm just here for the small crowd, really. Well, I mean, that was a fairly decent defense. Not really much in the way of damage done there. I mean, they've lost a couple of structures for building, for recruiting stuff, but they've got other stuff here. Mind you, though, in saying that, your Carnifex chambers and your Xeno-type brood wombs and stuff, they do increase your squad cap, so having that reduced can be a bit of a pain. You have a Siege Dreadnought on the way. Got a Thunderhawk gunship, as well as a Tempest. So relic units abound for all boys and girls here at the moment. Still denying these critical look, although mind you, Dancing Spoon's got one. And Eri 7889 will soon have one as well. Biovor's wonderful little placement for these guys, actually. Able to fire over the edge. Master Bike. Popping some wheelies, I imagine. The Siege Dreadnought doesn't really care. He's fine, just ignoring him. Tempest. Lethal at ranged, but incredibly vulnerable in close combat. Need to keep them away. The Raven Wings providing that front line. And the Tempest absolutely annihilating things far, far away. Got that Thunderhawk gunship. Should really come back soon. As well as a Void Dragon Phoenix. Well, quite a lot of aircraft relic units for this composition, which I did not realise. Huh. Well, isn't that a coinky-dink? Void Dragon is going to absolutely smash basically anything on the ground. But the Hive's Spire seems to go for its perfect link. But can the Grey Knights take it down? Not sure why they're focusing on it. We've got loads of other targets to go for. Significant amount of Gene Stealers here. I wonder if you've gone for all your Gene Stealer upgrades. Yeah, there's a possibility. I will explain why he's gone for so many. And once the Gene Stealers are stacked up with all their upgrades, they are quite devilish things to take on. Ravenwing Darkshroud, I imagine that's what's making everything else infiltrate around him. But yeah, quite handily beating these guys back. Now time for a counter-attack. Predator Execution falling back. Vin Diesel as well, trying to keep up. With the sheer speed of these guys. I mean, look at that. Have you ever seen a relic unit maneuver that quickly. Very impressive stuff. So yeah, need to counter-attack hard, counter-attack fast. There we go, heavy siege deployment being done over there. Although I could have swore that happened earlier. Unless I'm going mad. Stormraven and Void Dragon Phoenix. The Stormraven is not going to stick around while the Void Dragon's knocking about. But not sure if this is a wise idea neither. Oh, no, there we go. Okay, fair enough. If you've got a Soulstorm in the back pocket, it should be alright. Ship goes down. Grey Knights standing. They're trying to tank all the damage. These guys can just kind of ignore them. They've got a base that they can just saunter on into. Over on this side, quite a sizable force pushing forward. Another Thunderhawk, or whatever that was, Stormraven goes down. Got all the Tyranids, all the Gene Stealers, sorry, coming to steal the genes. Predator Executioner trying to get some shots off, but this Trigon making it go bygone, and this is... I mean, how do you get out of this? This is quite the bind. Still got your Stormhawk Interceptors, but currently no vision seeing these bicyclists. Trigon full health. I mean, where did... Oh, you just all died. Okay, you just stayed. Fought to the end. Gotta appreciate the dedication. Oh, that's how you defend this. You just get a Titan. Fair enough. And this guy, if you can focus this Ravenwing Death Shroud, there we go, now he's open season for destroying anything. Oh, it just got some sort of like charge mechanic where he just charges into everything and just walks over them, slapping them down. Which realistically, I mean, that works, doesn't it? If you were in a bicycle and then you got stood on by a Titan, you would probably die. Got Samel chilling out there, firing away. Well, the side Titan really saving the day there. Tyranids over here seem to have been taken out. But the Biovol's coming in, firing over on this side. Monstrous Chimera as well, keeping this guy tied up in close combat. One problem with the side Titan is that yes, it can attack in close combat, which is great, but if you ever wanted to primarily use its ranged weaponry, it can be tied up. Do have the return of the Nemesis Dread Knight. Oh, are you squatting? Oh, digging it down, look at that. He doesn't miss leg day, does he? Man's got glutes. Get that whey protein on the go. Was that just like an idle animation, or was that just like his getting pumped up for killing Xenos and heretics? Here comes the Reaper. Saw him in the other game a short while ago. Great against vehicles, but gotta face a particular direction. That's a problem with Dark Eldar vehicles. Their pathing is notoriously shite. Void Dragon coming in over here. Have you been bashing some stuff? Have you been bashing stuff? Possibly. Hard to keep your map awareness on the go when there's so many things going on. The side Titan not looking too pretty now, only half health. Still trying to regain its shield generator, but quickly taken on. Dice of Destruction and the Reaper working in tandem. Got a lot of damage at their fingertips. Nemesis Dread Knight probably not where it wants to be. That frontline unit, I mean, it's not a frontline unit, but against this trio, definitely some issues there. What can these guys realistically go for? They've got, I mean, Primarch? Get Rogel Dawn on the go? Wouldn't be the worst idea. Well, I don't know if it'd be any useful, but it'd look cool at the very least. I could put him in the thumbnail for the views and stuff, which would be quite nice. But yeah, just these 3 guys alone. Never advisable to move your big units in on their own without support, but they seem to be doing alright. Look at it. The combat's going on, and the Nemesis Dread Knight is getting a few extra reps in before he turns up. Got to respect the gains, man. You can't let him go by. 100% natty as he takes down that dice of destruction. And the Reaper falls back, just intimidated by the speed of the Nemesis Dreadnought. But Carnifex is here. A Monstrous Chimera as well. But they won't stop him. He's coming for that booty. Oh, no, okay, maybe that will stop him. He's got to wait for the boys. Can't carry weights without your spotters, can you? But now that the Dark Eldar and Tuners have got a bit of a front line going, they can now turn that Reaper around. That Reaper getting its revenge. Rest in peace, Nemesis Dread Knight. May your gains be forever remembered in the halls of valor. Significant amount of Pegators here. The Raven Wings trying to get in those close combat squadrons, spinning around, bringing out those big flamey bits. I mean, just, yeah, I mean, nothing special, nothing sacred, just Grey Knights all day long. They're actually tanking it quite well. Also dealing out a fair bit of damage on top of that. The Reaper doesn't really do all that great damage against infantry, so he's going to have to turn around. Wallace and Gromit here. Unsure what they can really contribute. They are going to go for some multi-melters for reasons beyond my ken. Unless, of course, these guys decide to go for more vehicles. I mean, oh, they've got the Side Titan. He needs to be repaired there. Someone order the Mechanicum to come over. And Castellan Garen Crow. Look at him. Isn't he a fancy man? Alright, so at this point I realised I haven't turned my graphics up. Well done, Mr. Landshark. Good job. You've done it again. I will one day know how to do this whole casting business. Ooh, look at it from the Tyranid perspective. Hold on. Look at this. See, I haven't seen a lot of him for a while. He's been building up the swarm. Can these Grey Knights en masse defend against the sheer amount of Little Uns? I do love the aesthetics of a Little Un army. Go forward. Smite them. Got a lot of Devourers in there. And it's actually surprising how much DPS a Termagaunt squad can actually pull out when they get the numbers and the upgrades in. I mean, the survivability leaves much to be desired. I mean, all of them are now dead, but the aesthetics, man, it looks cool. Therefore, it is good. But yeah, Jesus are going to charge straight in. At least keep these Grey Knights occupied while the Void Dragon Phoenix does his job. Reaper still carrying on. We do have the attack bikes moving over on this side. They have decapped this critical location. The Gene Stealers being whittled down, but taking a fair amount of Grey Knights along with them. But Grey Knights Paladins, only one model left. Try and focus fire him down before he's able to rebuild his lads. Does not look like they'll be able to do it. Oh no, they will, maybe. Yeah, there we go. Well done. Over on this side, the Titan does not care one bit about your cycling club. Nothing worse than a cyclist on these roads. And he will just walk all over you. In fact, also walking over his own boys as well. Very rude. Got a Cypher. Not a Cypher, we've just got the man himself. With his wings. Yeah, look at him go off his doobly doodads. Doesn't look like he's going to be surviving for much longer. But does manage to take that dude out. As the Thunderhawk gunship turns around and starts firing on this Side Titan, but Side Titan's now been repaired quite considerably. We do have a good chunk of boys and girls coming over. Exorcisters from Nox, trying to provide some inspiring support. Or at the very least emotional support. The Northern team do seem to be waxing and waning here quite considerably. Especially with all these Tyranids now sauntering about the map. Although a little bit of pathing here. Some small issues going on. Side Titan been brought low by the Reaper and the boys. Inquisitor's Tower as well, also looking like it's going to crumble into dust. What's going on in Nox's base at the moment? Are you bringing out any big lads? Not much at the moment. You are going to go for a Collegiate Titanica. So potential for tier 2 Titans. But will that be enough? Will you be able to research in time? We do have the Thunderhawk gunship almost being killed. Grotesques, who are you fighting against? Oh, fighting against Kaldor Dragor. Look at him go. A mighty man. The biggest shield you've ever seen. But even against the Grotesques, he's still having a bit of trouble. It's going to be clutch. If the Northern team are going to bring something out the bag, they better do it quickly. Tyranids on the left-hand side going to be cutting off access to a relic very soon. Got a Whirlwind Scorpius, which might be alright. Thunderhawk gunship, have you just parked? Is that what you've done? Oh, fair enough. There we go, Nemesis Dread Knight coming back out to play. As the Teleportarium Orbitalis been taken out by the Vrax. But the fight's at the bitter end. They've got the Assault Centurions in. Maybe a little bit too close for comfort, to be fair. But then again, they are the close combat variants, so I guess that's alright. Yeah, they're kind of throwing piecemeal, one bit at a time. Not allowing their own forces to build up. Which I get why, because you're trying to save every little morsel that you can, but it's a common mistake people make. They just throw things in one little bit at a time. Which is not what you want. There we go, look at Nox. He's building his forces into one ball before he then moves them in. That's the way you want to go about it. But I mean, the central Demon Hunters player has lost a lot of his stuff. Have you rebuilt your stuff anywhere else? Hold on. Have you got any more stuff? You've got one bit here. Fair enough. But soon to be assaulted by the Hive Tyrant. And some Zone Throps as well. Void Dragon continuing his spin. The occasional flex spin to let everyone know he means business. And it's all going to come down to Nox here. Going for his Demon Hammers. Just going for his Purifying Swords. Are you getting anything else big and substantial? Anything to really turn the tide here? Does not seem like it. It's just going to be a desperate attempt. A final stand, some would say. Imperial Fists over here. They've got nothing left to give. But in saying that, Demon Person here had a lot of float they could have donated. In the 2,000 blue and green. Now being sent to the bin. Vex throws out a GG, well played. And I'll tell you what, yeah, that is basically GG. There's no turning back from this, I imagine. We've got some Grey Knights down here, but there's not much they can really do. 1 versus 3. My hopes are not all that faithful. So I've been casting for nearly 50 minutes. That's all you're getting, boys and girls. That's all the energy I have to give you today. So yeah, if you like the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you 1 extra game a week. And also, there is a Discord where games like this happen all the time. Anyway, mine's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never chop. I will see you in a bit. Peace.